Now in its year 3 cycle, and with no signs of stopping, Siege has climbed its place to the top of the player chain, slowly improving its mechanics and engine to support its own vision, adding operators and maps for free and gaining a huge Pro League scene. The game has surpassed many expectations and doesn't seem to be slowing down. So why is this? Is the game really that good? Or is it just something different to the constant churn out of Battlefield and Call of Duty? Siege is an asymmetrical multiplayer game set 5v5 in a realistic setting. Its maps vary from different countries, all with backstory and reasoning for being there. The 3 modes are all split into attack and defend, with each team switching per round and first of all being the winner, not including overtime. As it stands, players have a choice of 20 attackers and defenders to best suit their own playstyle. Do you want to rush in head first, quick as possible? There's an operator for that. Do you want to sit back and help from afar? You can do that too. Siege, in one word, is all about balance. Balancing whether to help yourself or your team with who you pick. Someone can open a big wall using the thermite operator, but without a Thatcher or a Twitch, using it is impossible due to this vendor's countermeasures. So do you pick said operator to help the thermite, or do you pick another operator that you prefer? Its destructible walls in real time offer options most games can't, and coming to terms with the angles and destruction is a steep learning curve for a casual gamer, even one familiar with first-person shooters. To tackle this curve, the game offers 2 ways to bring a player up to speed. There's the casual multiplayer playlist, which offers all maps available in the game, all 3 modes, no ranked matchmaking, so you can come across a variety of players and skills, often those similar to you, so you can learn and grow with each passing round. Casual can be a ball of toxicity due to the game enabling team killing to promote an added layer of tactical play. This also passes over to ranked. This can create situations out of your control, whereby your team and game is run by one player or a duo, but this is mainly on console, and even then it's far from every game, so it is nothing to think about going into every match. The other option to learn the curve is situations, a single player only component propped up by roughly 10 to 12 missions, and a final one once all have been completed. Each mission gives you a new operator, giving you the ability to learn a map, learn the gadgets, and slowly learn the game. Each operator has a detailed bio and analysis in the selection screen. This adds a nice level of depth to the game's heroes, adding personality to your favourite on top of which gun you like the most. This is the campaign of the game, if you can call it that, and it's a shame, because the final situation offers a glimpse at how a true single player could have gone, and its omission, while understandable, is none the more frustrating. Once you've learned the ropes and hit level 20, ranked is where you go. Ranked is harsh, it's unforgiving. The constant threat of permanent death lingers over every move you make. It's unfair, but it's oh so sweet when it works. To be honest, the changes made can be to its detriment. Ubisoft like to think all players are Pro League, such as taking the less played and developed maps for a strict set of 9 from that of the original 17, mirroring that of the Pro League. You can often play the same map a few times in a day, with each match lasting roughly 20 minutes. This can become repetitive and boring quickly. The matchmaking can also be a pain, taking ages to find a match, and when you do, it's against people often 3 to 4 levels above you, which in Siege is a big deal. Also, if a player leaves your match through connection issues or other means and can't rejoin, there is still, since year 1, no system in place for the game to be evened up. It's a 4v5, and it'll stay that way, and you're almost always going to lose that. You will lose the same rank points, and you will gain the same no matter the outcome. It's not rewarding, and towards the higher end of the ranks, the grind to rank up becomes truer because you get less score the more you play, which is a strange system that doesn't reward people putting their time and effort into this game. But rank isn't why we play Siege. It's the certificate at the end for what we really did. Learn. Learn the balance, learn a new strat, learn to defend an objective a new way, we learn a counter. The list is always changing and developing, and that's the meat of this game. Terrorist Hunt makes a return from previous games, but it's by no means what it was. The AI is commendable and challenging in the higher difficulties, but this system has meant the sacrifice to below 30 frames per second at times and a sluggish game outside of its slick multiplayer. The crossover from one to the other is jarring and frankly unplayable without altering the settings to better match the multiplayer. Turning off VSync in the game options menu allows for this 60 frames per second and a smoother session, but at the cost of horrid screen tear on the PlayStation 4 and animation cuts. It's a change that I found necessary and worth it, and it made Terrorist Hunt an option to play once I discovered this. However, the fact that you have to change this and better the game is a downside, and in my opinion a massive oversight. Showing no signs of stopping, and in my opinion the console Counter-Strike, Siege delivers an experience that grips you as soon as you begin to understand it. Constantly shows you things that you never knew about it. It's a constant learning curve, and that's what keeps people coming back. The changing and adding of operators keeps the game fresh, while constant updates and patches mean any issues aren't around for too long. But they are indeed there. The game is built on an engine that is constantly killing itself to make the game work. It does show. Almost every match will be filled with a dodgy glitch, a bad server, some kind of new exploitation. But remarkably, the game still has its hooks in me, as it did year one and will continue to do so. Rainbow Six Siege then is an anomaly. A game that was dead to rights and frankly shouldn't be as successful as it is, but it's here. The wheels are still turning and seeming nowhere close to stopping. With the player base growing and growing, this game is still as viable to jump into as it was day one. Be aware of the steep learning curve and the fact that you have to understand the game before you become good at it, and you'll be okay. Siege is not pretty on the eyes, but it has one hell of a personality. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege gets a 7 out of 10. And that has been my review of Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and thank you.